Hey guys, sorry for not posting in a bit. I've not been in the most, efficient mental space. Life is tough, you know. I also have a monster because, girl, we need to lock in. A lot of stuff has recently unfolded in the YouTuber drama sphere, and especially when it comes to Miss Gabbie Hanna, or Hanna. I don't know how to pronounce it, but... Or actually now it's Gabrielle Kroner, because she's married now. Good for her. Before I talk about everything though, 97 of people who watch my channel are not subscribed, so if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. Yeah. Ew, self-promo. Anyways, Gabbie Hanna. She's been all over my For You page on TikTok, giving out random apologies and calling out creators. This isn't new for Gabbie, she's done stuff like this in the past, but right now, it's just a bit constant and slightly concerning. Out of all the people that she keeps talking about though, she keeps bringing up Trisha, paytas. And if you're unfamiliar, they have had a lot of drama in the past, insane amount of drama in the past. So let's look at the first video I saw, which was a clip from a podcast she has with her now husband.
The truth is, this all started with Trisha Paytas and just being literally just triggered every day by comment sections, by, I go live, all of the live chat content that I get served being Gabbie Hanna, about Gabbie Hanna and her mental issues and her psychosis.
So she basically says that everything bad in her life has stemmed from Trisha Paytas. She says that Trisha's the reason why everyone thinks she's psychotic, that she's the root of all her issues. Now, I have personally avoided talking about Gabbie Hanna in videos. When I knew I was going to start making drama videos, I thought I was going to avoid the topic of Gabbie Hanna completely because it's obvious she's not doing mentally well. And I don't want to be a contributor to her, mental health. And a lot of her behavior on the internet has correlated to me with, mental health episodes. She's obviously had a lot of public manic episodes, and this might be one of them. Some people might think it's controversial to bring up her mental health in a situation like this, but honestly, bitch, my mom has bipolar. I know what I see. Trisha Paytas has definitely made a lot of videos in the past labeling Gabbie as crazy.
Put a finger down if you've been personally victimized by Gabbie Hanna and she's creepily obsessed and stalking you right now and you don't know what to do and your hands are literally shaking because of it.
But at the end of the day, a lot of people aren't tuned in to what Trisha's saying about Gabbie. All the things people are seeing from Gabbie are from her own doing and her own TikToks and her own videos. It's all in her name and her branding, and everything she's done in the past has been, or most things she's done in the past has been from her name, her branding, her actions. So Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna's friendship has always been quite telling to look at.
And I'm we were friends. I think maybe these are photoshopped because I definitely never said that. They're still up.
Both women have lots of experiences with having severe mental health issues, and I think that contributes to a lot of the drama and a lot of the issues that they had in their relationship. So I think it's very important to bring up mental health in a discussion like this because I don't see many people actually kind of going into the mental health aspect of it. But back to Gabbie's videos on Trisha Paytas. She calls out Trisha for running a smear campaign against her.
Trisha Paytas started a crazy, wild smear campaign against me, saying that I was a delusional stalker, that I can't be trusted, that she's afraid for her life, that I'm showing up to her house. She literally conditioned this whole audience of people who knew me and a brand new audience on frenemies that I was just some type of psychotic person who was harassing Trisha Paytas.
She also names Ethan Klein and every drama channel that's ever spoken about her. Hi! No, seriously, Gabbie, if you're seeing this, I'm not running a smear campaign against you. So Gabbie says that she deals with this stress every single day, which I'll take her word for it because being on the internet and also being mentally ill on the internet can cause a lot of psychological trauma. She also says high school bullies, which just made me think of this.
That is what toxic abusive people do, is they will deflect onto you.
She also gets a bit emotional in the clip I'll show now.
World. People literally laughing at you in your face, in real life, laughing at you. Do you understand? You don't. And if you do and you participate, that's worse. But I've literally been made a public laughing stock over stuff that is not real.
Honestly, I feel a bit bad for her. Spoiler alert, I'm not a Gabbie hater. I'm not a Gabbie lover either. I have very mixed opinions about her. Mainly just because it's so obvious she's not doing mentally well. What she really needs to do is get the fuck away from the internet. The internet is what's causing a lot of her problems right now. And she has a wide history of making so many poor decisions on the internet due to being in a bad mental position. So I think she really just needs to turn off all the lights and live. Girl, someone take that camera. But then she goes back to saying that she's psychologically abused by Trisha Paytas, and Trisha Paytas is or was her abuser.
Because The mere image of your face, hearing your voice, triggers me because you are a narcissistic psychological abuser.
Which I think is a bit odd. She keeps reiterating the point that Trisha Paytas is the root of all evil in her life and been involved in every single situation that she's got herself into. And once again, I think she's just looking for someone to blame. And Gabbie is quite obsessive over Trisha, so it always comes back to her. And to be fair, Trisha has also been quite obsessed with her, and she's acknowledged this. It was really just a really messy friendship that had both of them mentally crashing the fuck out. She says she's afraid of Trisha, which is where I think it's quite obsessive too, because it's been years since the two have gotten in like a drama together. They've both kind of moved on with their lives since that drama, but Gabbie's coming back to this. It seems to me that in times of psychological stress, Gabbie Hanna just keeps coming back to this time in her life and going back to this obsession with Trisha Paytas. She says the image of Trisha's face triggers her and continues to call her a psychological abuser. Calling Trisha an abuser for this relationship is what kind of sets me a bit off guard. Trisha had her reasons to be upset with Gabbie due to things that have happened in the past, and so has Gabbie the right to be upset with Trisha for things that she has said in the past. But calling Trisha an abuser, a narcissistic psychological abuser, is where I don't really see it as much. And I don't think it's actually serving Gabbie any good opening up about this on the internet. It's actually creating more of a bad rep for her. She gets quite religious here, and her fixation on religion at the moment is quite concerning.
I want to feel like I can share my testimony of what I went through and what Jesus pulled me out of. I want to remind you that Jesus saved your life.
Not that it's bad to be invested in a religion, but to her level, it is concerning. And it's quite unhealthy in the way that she's expressing it. And it's a bit uncomfortable just watching her call out various people and then speaking of Jesus and forgiveness. It's unstable. Also, what is this clip?
I believe your testimony when you wrote the song, I Love You, Jesus. And that same Jesus that pulled you out of the grave pulled me out of mine. And that's the reason I can forgive you. And that same Jesus told me that I have to defend myself. I have to expose the lies. And I just want to be friends with peace and love.
That was really uncomfortable to watch. Finally, I want to talk about this obsession with Christianity mixed with her claims of forgiving Trisha Paytas. Then she starts referencing Bible quotes and says this.
Lies. The Bible says, speak what is true, speak what is right. God said, if you have a problem with anybody, bring it to them one-on-one. And if they won't hear you and they won't correct it, then bring it to the judge.
Is your audience the judge? I'm really lost. I don't know what the fuck's going on. She says that she's forgiven Trisha, which I think is a half-truth. I personally believe that the concept of forgiveness is, I believe in it. That's my morals. And you can still be angry and hold forgiveness, but with the amount of videos that Gabbie's making about Trisha, it makes me think that she's holding a level of wanting revenge or like wanting to see Trisha's reputation suffer. What's really strange to me about these videos is that Gabbie keeps saying that she's speaking up for victims of psychological abuse.
I forgive them, but I still deserve to be able to speak my story. I still deserve to be able to share the effects of psychological abuse. I'm still allowed to advocate for myself and for other victims of psychological abuse.
I do think that the internet can provide a very toxic and psychologically stressful environment, but just going back to the point of Gabbie calling Trisha an abuser, it really seems like a very bold claim to make. I'm not a therapist, and I don't know the behind-the-scenes war between Gabbie and Trisha. I recognize patterns in how they've treated each other horribly, and they've obviously been very toxic to each other. But the discussion of it being, the allegations of it being, like, abuse seems a bit unclear to me. But what do I know?
Fuck me, right?
I really hope that Gabbie stops talking about this. I'm someone who makes drama videos, but at the end of the day, I really think it would be beneficial for Gabbie to put that fucking phone away, or camera, or whatever, and speak her mind in a different environment. Not anything that's public or online, because, girl, she's had enough stuff online for this to be the next thing. Those are my concluding thoughts. And I don't know if Trisha's responded to this yet. It's not on my personal radar, but I don't think it's something that she should get involved in either. So that's all I've got to say about this whole situation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Whenever that will be. We'll see. Bye!